Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Ethereum is breaking below critical support on the daily time frame, while Bitcoin has just broken to the downside from this new pattern that we need to pay attention to. So I'll be talking about that in just a moment. Definitely stick around. First of all, just giving you a quick update here on the daily Bitcoin chart, and right now, as I'm recording this video, the price of Bitcoin has not yet broken to the downside from this bullish price structure if you're talking about the parallel channel, and something similar can be said about the RSI, which has not yet broken this higher low, higher price structure. But if you're looking at the daily Bitcoin MACD, as of right now, this is showing very low momentum, and it's actually moving towards a possible bearish cross, but as of right now, we have not yet confirmed a bearish cross in the MACD. And so once again, right now it's showing very low momentum, which basically means we do not really have a strong direction on the chart, at least in the short term, which is why we've been seeing a lot of choppy sideways price action on the daily time frame over the last few days. And just taking another look at the RSI on the daily time frame, once again, this has not yet broken the uptrend, but as of right now, it is getting very close to the point of invalidation for this bullish divergence pattern. Because once again, as I've been saying almost every day since around mid-September when the bullish divergence actually confirmed, if the RSI starts to see a break to the downside below this ascending line of support or into new lower lows, then that is basically an invalidation signal for the bullish divergence, basically telling us that the bullish divergence has already played out and it is now over. But once again, at least for now, that has not yet happened, but the RSI is getting very close to that, so this is definitely something worth paying attention to in the short term over the coming days. Because basically, if we do end up seeing a confirmed break to the downside in the RSI below this line of support, invalidating the bullish divergence, that basically means this bullish relief is likely over, which means we could start seeing more bearish price action. And so essentially, that would mean that the bullish trend here on the daily time frame in the somewhat shorter term is potentially over if we start to invalidate and break down here in the RSI. Because obviously, if that also happens, we would likely see a possible bearish cross in the MACD if this happens in the RSI. And obviously, a bearish cross in the MACD would mean some more bearish momentum on the way. But once again, that has not yet happened. I'm just letting you know it is potentially getting closer to that. And staying on the daily Bitcoin chart, looking at this significant area of resistance, which the price of Bitcoin has just seen another perfect rejection from. Once again, this area of resistance still sitting in between around 27.9k to 28.2k. And so once again, as I've been saying for a while now on the channel just recently, the price of Bitcoin is experiencing a lot of selling pressure in that price range due to previous resistance, and also the volume profile indicator showing a lot of traded volume, a lot of selling pressure in that price range. So for the Bitcoin bulls out there, that is definitely the significant obstacle that we need to surpass in order to head up towards higher price targets, because obviously, at least for now, we are still finding a lot of resistance in that price range, still experiencing rejections from that area. And if you're zooming into a smaller time frame, looking at the 6-hour Bitcoin chart, right now, as I've recorded this video, the price of Bitcoin has just confirmed a 6-hour candle close below this ascending line of support, which was sitting at approximately 27.8k. And as we can also see here on the 6-hour time frame, along with this ascending line of support, we also have this descending line of resistance sitting at approximately 27.9k. And so just recently, this has actually formed a symmetrical triangle pattern in the somewhat shorter term here for Bitcoin, which has now broken to the downside, technically confirming the downside price target for this pattern. And in case you're wondering, the technical price target to the downside for this symmetrical triangle pattern is sitting at approximately 26.4k. And so if you're measuring out that move from the point of the break to the downside to that technical price target, that's close to a 5% move, or from the current price of Bitcoin as of recording this video to that technical price target, that's nearly a 4% move to the downside if this symmetrical triangle pattern completes. And the point of invalidation for this price target to the downside would simply be a confirmed breakout back above this previous ascending line of support, or even this line of resistance, which are both sitting at approximately 27.8 to 27.9k. And so essentially we need to see a confirmed breakout back above 27.9k in order to flip more bullish again in the short term and invalidate the bearish scenario, invalidate this bearish price target. But at least for now, once again, we do currently have this active price target in play to the downside, which means if this actually fully plays out and continues to the downside towards this price target, that would potentially mean the invalidation of the bullish divergence on the daily time frame. And so over the next few days will likely be very important price action for the price of Bitcoin, because we'll likely see either the invalidation of the bullish divergence on the daily chart or the invalidation of this bearish price target in the short term. And if you want to trade this move in the price of Bitcoin with a take profit near the price target and a stop loss just above the point of invalidation, then personally I use Bybit for these type of trades. And obviously Bybit is offering massive deposit bonuses if you're new to the exchange, and I'll leave a link to this page in the description and in the pinned comment down below this video. Or if you're in a restricted area, or if you don't want to KYC, there is also Bitflex as a backup option, because you can actually trade over on Bitflex without any KYC, which is awesome. And Bitflex does also have a deposit bonus, which you can claim in the link down below in the description and in the pinned comment. So if you're trading crypto anyway, you might as well check this out. But anyway, getting back into the Bitcoin part of this video, looking at short-term support, right now we need to focus on this level of support sitting at around 27.1k to 27.2k. But if the price of Bitcoin confirms a break back below 27.1k, then in that case, we would likely see a drop at least back down to 26.7k, if not the golden pocket sitting in between around 26.1k to 26.3k. And as for resistance, once again, we mainly need to pay attention to that significant area of resistance on the daily time frame. But just zooming back into the short term, looking at the 6-hour chart here, if you're looking at the 6-hour Bitcoin RSI, this is already trending back to the downside, forming lower highs and lower lows, which is a sign of weakness in the short term, foreshadowing a possible trend reversal from this shorter term bullish trend into potentially more of a short term bearish trend, or at least some sort of pullback. Because we saw something very similar to this in the RSI back here around the 19th to the 25th of September. And this RSI was already starting to trend to the downside before the price really started to pull back. And as we can see, the price continued this pullback over the next few days before eventually the RSI got close to oversold territories in the short term. And obviously at that point forward, we continued up in the RSI and the price action. So that is potentially what is coming next, signaled by the RSI, a possible continued pullback in the short term. But once again, it is possible to experience these short-term pullbacks within the bullish trend here visible on the daily time frame, just for as long as we do not invalidate that bullish divergence on the daily chart and break into lower lows in the price. But anyway, getting into the Ethereum part of this video, this is on the daily ETH to US dollar chart, and right now, as of recording this video, the price of ETH is attempting a break to the downside below this ascending line of support, which was sitting at around 1600 to 1610 approximately. And obviously, as of recording this video, the price of ETH is trading below that level of support, but at least for now, we have not yet confirmed that break to the downside on the daily time frame, because we still need to see at least a daily candle close below 1.6k in order to confirm the break to the downside. But obviously, if we're already seeing an attempt of breaking below this support line, this is already an initial bearish signal. And of course, breaking below that area of support just here a few days ago, close to a week ago now, once again, as I mentioned on the channel back then, that was also a bearish signal. And by the way, this previous area of support is now acting as resistance, as I've mentioned over the last few days. And this price range is sitting in between around 1620 to 1660, once again acting as resistance. And if you're looking at the daily Ethereum price oscillators, first of all, the daily Ethereum MACD is right now attempting a bearish cross, but this is not yet confirmed. But at least for now, this is moving towards the bearish direction. And as for the daily Ethereum RSI, at least for now, this has not yet invalidated the bullish divergence. But like I said, for Bitcoin, it is getting very close to potentially invalidating the bullish divergence. And if you're zooming into the short term, looking at the 6-hour ETH to US dollar chart, right now, as of recording this video, the price has just confirmed a break below the important golden pocket area of support, which was sitting in between around 1605 to 1610. And this break to the downside has already been confirmed as of recording this video with a 6-hour candle close below that area of support, which means the next support to pay attention to is the 78.6% Fibonacci level of support at around 1570 to 1580 approximately. But if we see a break below around 1570 with confirmation, then we would likely return back down to this previous low, sitting closer towards around 1530. But believe it or not, you can still make a lot of profit in crypto even if the price is dumping using things like short positions. And if you want to know more about all of that, then check out these videos popping up right here on your screen, because the video in the top left shows you how to make money if the price is bullish or bearish like right now, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that's everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.